Hello, children. You are welcome to the Self Learning Tool educational channel in YouTube. Today, I am going to discuss grade 9, first unit, first part of the lesson, the Asian region, the geography part of the lesson. So, when we come to discuss about this lesson, we will have to focus our attention to that region. Before that, I like to welcome you as well as I like to remind you something because our educational channel is mainly set for the educational side of the children, especially those who study in the bilingual stream in Sri Lanka. Not only the bilingual students, even English medium students, those who study in international schools and some other parts of the world also can utilize this video lesson to enhance their knowledge, especially in the field of geography. Therefore, so far, if you have not subscribed our self-learning tool channel, I request you to subscribe. Then I will be able to give you better and quality lessons hereafter with your cooperation. Therefore, as I mentioned earlier, shall we start the lesson? Today lesson is the geographical location of Asia. Grade 9, Unit 1. When we come to the lesson, first we will have study about the location, about the Asia. And you, as far as you know, Asia is the largest continent in the world, and Sri Lanka is also located in Asia continent. Both Asia and Europe continents are located in one large landmass. Then, taking both Europe and Asia together, we call that large landmass Eurasia. Therefore, when we focus our attention to the map, you can understand the location of Asian region and you will be able to identify what are the countries located within that large landmass. As far as you know, large number of countries are located. That means this landmass is divided into a number of countries. Among them, Russia is the largest. You find that is located in the northern part of this land or Asia continent. Then China, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkestan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Like that, large number of countries are located. So the landmass continues from here, but that part belongs to the Europe. Then you find that this is the border of the Red Sea. Therefore, below that you find that it is Africa. African continent is located there. When you go to the political maps found in the Atlas book, the location of Asia continent can be seen like that. There, the location of the Asia continent is also done with the contour lines also. That means especially international contours, that means longitudes and latitudes. With the longitudes and latitudes, you must be able to tell the location of Asian continent or Asian region too. So now we focus our attention to the geographical location of Asia. Now, as you are aware of the location of Asia, especially when you take the geographical globe or when you take a world map, you can mark, you can show the location of Asia. Then when we go to geographical location of Asia, the most important points can be identified. Most important point can be seen in that manner. Asia is the largest continent of the earth. It lies in the eastern part of the northern hemisphere because it is located in the northern hemisphere, and bigger part of it can be seen spreading in the eastern hemisphere. Therefore, we can tell, we can write it is located in northern hemisphere part of the earth towards the eastern side, or another way you can write it is located within northern hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. In any way you can tell the location of Asia, especially not the specific location but relative location. Now I think specific locations and relative locations are not difficult ideas to you. In earlier grades you have uh, understood them, seen them, come up, you came across these words and you have identified these words very well. Both Asia continent and Europe continent are located in one massive landmass called Eurasia. We discussed it earlier. Asia continent is separated from Europe by Ural mountain range, river Ural, Caspian Sea, Caucasus Mountains, Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Suez Canal, and Red Sea. They are the boundaries of the Asia continent. They are the boundaries of the Asia continent. You follow them. Asia continent is separated from Europe by Ural mountain range and river Ural, Caspian Sea, and Caucasus Mountain. Then Asia continent is separated from Africa by the Red Sea and Suez Canal. That's the idea you'll have to keep in mind. That's the thing I showed you in the earlier one. You can remember it also if I go there. This is a one, Red Sea. This is the African continent. This is the Europe. Here you find that Atlas is, sorry, Ural mountain is located here, and Ural river is also there. Then Caspian Sea and other parts are located here. All the things mentioned here can be seen within that Asia continent. Therefore, you will have to focus attention to the location of the Asia continent at the very beginning. Then, some of the islands belong to the Asia continent are located in southern hemisphere too, because mainly this huge landmass is located in the northern hemisphere, but small parts are going towards the southern hemisphere also. But some islands which belong to the Asia continent can be found located in southern hemisphere too. The relative location of Asia, now it is not a problem to you. The Asia continent is bounded by the Arctic Ocean on the north. When you take a map, you find it and you recollect the map we have seen. Or when you follow this video lesson, you take textbook also, and in the textbooks, the necessary maps are given. Therefore, you refer to them. Then the lesson will be more beneficial as well as meaningful rather than just looking at the screen. You refer to your textbook also. The Pacific Ocean on the east, the Pacific Ocean is located. The Indian Ocean on the south, the continent of Europe on the west. There are many islands below to the Asia continent, Japanese islands, Philippine islands, Sri Lanka, that means our island. Taiwan are some of them. No need of mentioning all of them. But you go to the atlas or the map and you check what are the islands belong to the Asia continent, because under the Asia continent they are marked, then you can find them easily without any problem, right? Next, that is how the location or distribution of the landmass located to the landmass belong to the Asia continent is shown on the geographical globe, or that is how it is seen on the earth, or that is how it is shown on a geographical globe. The distribution of the landmass belong to the Asia continent, or simply we can say that the distribution of Asia continent on geographical globe. Then absolute location. You know that absolute location is expressed using latitude and longitudes. Therefore, when the location of a country or continent or any place, then that is called absolute location. Therefore, now you check what is the absolute location of Asia continent, because you know that it is mentioned, it is expressed using longitudes and latitudes. The location of any place or region on the earth can be definitely shown, correctly shown using geographical coordinates. Geographical coordinates, another term for the longitudes and latitudes. They are international coordinates, geographical coordinates. They are the longitudes and latitudes. According to the absolute location, the Asia continent can be shown as follows. The Asia continent is located between 10 degrees latitude south to 80 degrees latitude north, and between 25 degrees and 180 degrees longitudes east. Therefore, you can imagine the size of the Asia continent. Just you can imagine, because you have the certain idea about, you have a small imagination about the distribution of Asia continent in the world or on geographical globe, as we witnessed earlier. The Asia continent covers an area of 44.6 million square kilometers, the size. It is around 30% of the land area of the earth, the total land area of the earth. Out of that one, 30%. And 8.7% of the entire surface of the earth. That is how its contribution towards a distribution of the lands on the earth. Then the Himalaya, the largest mountain range in the world, is located here. Now it is clear to you. They are not a very important as well as not new ideas. These ideas clear to you as well as you are familiar with these ideas. Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak, you know that the height of it is 8,848 meters from the sea level. That is also located here. That is also located within this landmass or within this region. The Dead Sea, the lowest place in the land, it is located below the sea level, located in the Asian landmass or within this region. Therefore, that is also noteworthy, important factor relevant to the location of Asia. Cherrapunji, the state in Meghalaya in India, receives the highest rainfall in the world, because it's a part of India. It is in Assam region, and other way the Gobi Desert. It is actually not the Gobi Desert. It is a great Indian desert. It is in Rajasthan. And Gobi Desert also same. They get the least rainfall. The Gobi Desert is not located in India. the great Indian desert or Thar desert. It must be Thar desert. It is located in Rajasthan. These regions get the lowest rainfall in the world. Both areas, Gobi Desert as well as Thar Desert, both are located in Asian region. All types of climates that exist in the world, you know that different types of climates can be found in the world. All of them can be found in Asian region. Therefore, every type of forest, you know that forests are mainly classified based on the climate. Or another way we can explain, forest, their nature change into different types based on the climate, rainfall pattern, snowfalling, wind pattern. Like that, these nature of the forest change mainly based on the climate type found in that region. In Sri Lanka also you can experience that one. Even in India you can experience that one. Even in any other countries, if you go there or if you live there, you can understand them easily. Then highest biodiversity level can be found in most areas in Asian continent. One example is Sri Lanka, Singaraj forest. The highest biodiversity can be found in Sri Lanka as well as. That is very important part in Asian region too, relevant to the biodiversity. Therefore, we will have to talk about that one because mainly this high biodiversity can be found especially in the tropical regions. Later we discuss tropical region. What is it? Tropical region means the area that is located either side of the equator, or another way we can tell that in between two tropics. The land area located in between two tropics, that means Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The region is known as a tropical region because the highest biodiversity can be found in the tropical regions, so in the lands where located in the tropical regions. Therefore, that part is very important. Then uniqueness of the Asian region. The uniqueness, you know that some features which are specific to that region. Some features which are specific to that region is called the unique features or uniqueness, because that features cannot be found in some other areas. That means when you take the Asian region, European region, American region, African region, like that the earth can be divided into different regions based on the continents. These features that can be found in the Asian region cannot be found in some other regions, as I mentioned earlier. Therefore, having awareness of that one is very important. Check what are they? The largest continent in the world, because that is Asia. Other continent cannot be introduced in that manner as the largest continent, because it can be, that term can be used to introduce only Asian region only. Doesn't mean the largest continent in the world. Presence of all the climatic types of the earth, as I mentioned earlier, because it is so large, it distributes from the equator to the North Pole, and sometimes even just southwards towards the southern hemisphere. Therefore, all types of climates that can be found of the earth can be found there. That is also unique feature, because in other continents, such a diversity in the climate cannot be found. Therefore, that is also unique nature relevant to the Asian continent. Presence of different human races, ethnic groups, and languages. You know that large number of languages are there. In China also, you know that several languages are spoken. Then India is the country where the largest number of languages can be found. In Sri Lanka and in a lot of countries, they have their own languages. Then you know that after the colonial conditions or the capturing these some lands of Asia by the British, Then the English is also spoken there. Then the French colonies, the French language is also spoken. Like that, large number of languages as well as ethnic groups. Small ethnic groups can be found, as well as large ethnic groups, as well as races. The main human races can be found. They are except the Negroid people, Mongoloid, Caucasoid, and Australoid. Like that, human races also can be found. They are, apart from that one, they are subdivisions of these main races also can be found living within this land mass or within Asian region. Then presence of cultural diversity. There are different types of cultures are there. Large number of cultural festivals can be seen there. You know that China, India, Sri Lanka, Japan, they have the different languages, different religions, different cultures, like that. Actually, it is a combination. It's a jumble of large number of culture, races, and other diversities too. Then birthplaces of many leading religions as well as religious leaders. You know that Buddhism, born in India. Then Hinduism, again in India. Then Confucianism in China. Then uh, Catholicism. That land area is also belong to Asia. Then all other main religions. Then Islam. Islam is also the birth occurred in the land that belong to the Asian region. Apart from that, some other small religion also there. They are also born in Asian region. Therefore, Asian region can be introduced as the area where almost all the religions began. All the religious leaders, all religious concepts. Why I use that one? Because in Hinduism, no one teacher, because it is a developed concept, but everything developed in Asian region. That's a most important as well as wonderful thing relevant to the Asian region. Then geographical diversity, location of largest mountain ranges, highest mountain peaks, flatlands, deserts, everything, rivers. That is also can be found as a uniqueness of the Asian region. Among that one, especially location of largest mountain ranges and highest mountain peaks can be taken as a unique feature. I mention other things to tell you the diversity among them. The highest mountain peaks as well as largest mountains, they are located in Asian region. Then the most populous continent, that means with the highest or largest population can be found in Asian region. You know that. So far, the China is having the largest population. India is the second. Both are in Asia. China having the largest population. India having the second largest population. Both are in Asian region. Therefore, that credit is coming to Asia. It can be identified as a unique feature of the Asian region. The next one, more than the half or 60% of the world population lives in Asia continent, both China and India, as I mentioned earlier, where the highest and second highest population live are in Asia. Then though the average density of population of Asia continent is 87 per square kilometer, just to keep in mind, the area with the highest density, it is about 3000 people per square kilometer. That means when the total land area is divided by the total population of Asia continent, that density, the general density or the average density can be taken as a 87 per square kilometer. That's a condition. But actually, the population is not equally distributed. You know that in city areas, then coastal areas, where these facilities are available, more people can be seen living together. In that area, we call with the highest density of population. Therefore, when we take this highest density area, it is about 3,000 people per square kilometer. Within a square kilometer area, we can find more than 3,000 people live. That's a normal condition can be identified in Asian region. There are 54 countries in Asia, continent of Asia. Then, the main human races live in Asia are Caucasoid and Mongoloid. I mentioned it earlier. Apart from that, sub varieties they are called Australoid, as it is not mentioned in your syllabus. Just Caucasoid and Mongoloid, you keep them in your mind. That is sufficient. They live in different parts of the massive landmass. They speak different languages. You know that different languages are used. In China, they use Mandarin. In India, they use Hindi, English. In Japan, they use Japanese. In Russia, they use Russian. In Mongolia, they use Mongolian language. In Sri Lanka, we use Sinhala. Like that, different languages are used by the people living in these different countries. That's the most important as well as most unique feature we are going to discuss. Because large number of languages can be seen used by these people living in different areas. There are 297 living languages in China only. I mentioned it at the very beginning, you can remember. There are 122 languages in India, more than 20 are major languages. You see the amount of the languages they speak. That's a very important thing. Then, therefore, the knowledge about languages, several languages, is actually a need at present. That is why, actually, in Sri Lanka, also the bilingualism, at least to make you using two languages equally given to you. Now you can understand the importance of learning languages. Just learning languages is not sufficient. With several languages, you will have to improve your knowledge, because if you have the knowledge in several languages, learning is easy. You find that in Asia also that condition can be found easily. Mandarin language is the language spoken by the majority of the population in the world. That means why it is majority of the population in the world, because the largest population in China, as in China all the people use, that means more than 90% of the people use the Mandarin language. The Mandarin language has become the language spoken by the majority of the population even in the world too. You get that? It is a national language of China. Chinese means that language, Chinese language. The diversity in the culture, ethnicity, and races is a special feature in Asia continent. Now you know it very well. The Asian region has given a shelter to several world civilizations. You studied them when you were in grade 6, 7. Major world civilization, riverbank civilizations, like that, various names are used to introduce them. Among them, Huanho, that is in China, Mesopotamia, Hindu civilizations are the major civilizations that flourished, that developed in Asian region. Apart from that one, actually, due to the development of these civilizations, great knowledge, technology, findings, their religious concepts were also added to the human society. Therefore, that is also you keep in mind. This is the birthplace of several major religions, as I mentioned earlier. In the world, they are Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam. Apart from that one, I mentioned that one in China, Confucianism, Taoism. Like that, some other religions are also there. They are also originated in Asian region, within Asian region. At present, these religions have spread throughout the world. Now, later, due to the various factors, these religions have spread throughout the world. And apart from that one, there are a lot of other countries where these religions can be well established, especially Christianity can be seen well established in the European, American, Australian, and even the African continents. It is mainly due to the colonization process, because that when it was went to the countries like England, Italy, and European countries, they wanted to spread it to the other countries. They did it through the colonization. Then Islam is also same. The Islam religion was spread by the traders, the Muslim traders. Then some pictures are given. The Karakuma Buddhist statue in Japan, very famous one. Japanese Buddhism is somewhat different to the Sri Lankan Theravada Buddhism. Mainly Japanese Buddhism, Zen Buddhism is also mentioned. It is close to the Mahayana Buddhism. Here we are not going to discuss what is Mahayana and what is Theravada. You discuss with your religious teachers and you get knowledge that is also needed. Then it is a Kaaba, that the principal religious spot or religious place of the Muslim people. Millions and millions of devotees annually visit that place. Then that is a golden temple in India. That's the main religious center of the Sikh people. It's a religious group can be found in India. Like that, different religious places, different religions can be found. Now we discuss about the general idea about Asia continent, because the size of the continent. Then the telling about the location of the continent in two ways: specific location and relative location. Then the types of people living there: Mongoloid and Caucasoid people. Then you know that large number of people can be seen there. Asia continent can be introduced as the continent where the highest population can be seen. They belong to the different ethnic groups. They practice different religions. They speak different languages. Therefore, this diversity can be seen always there. Religious diversity, linguistic diversity. Linguistic means language, as well as not only that one, even political diversity also can be found, because there are some countries which are controlled under the democratic system. Some countries are not really democratic, they are communist, socialist countries are also there. Like that, different features can be found in Asian region. Now, hereafter, in several slides, we are going to discuss about the physical landscape in Asia, that means relief. How the surface of the land is set. Relief, the term, I think, clear to you. Under the relief, we discuss how the surface land of the earth is set. Because you know that always the surface of the earth is not equal, not flat. They are full of different relief features which are created due to the elevation, then sometimes due to the drainage patterns. All of them we take under the relief features, and we discuss what are the major relief features can be found in Asia continent or continent of Asia. The most special relief feature in the Asian region is the mountain ranges, especially Himalaya. Himalaya is not a one mountain range, it is a Himalayan mountain complex, because it consists of major three mountains: Himalaya, Kunlun Shah, and Karakoram. When these three mountain ranges get together, the Great Himalayan range is formed. That's a major relief feature can be found in the physical landscape of Asia. This mountain range is spread over 2,500 kilometers, covering the land area of, now you can see the size of that one, 612,000 square kilometers. The length 2,500, then covering area 612,000 square kilometers. Then you can imagine the size of the Himalaya mountain complex in Asian region. In Asian region. Then due to the location of this massive hilly area, hilly means mountain, Indian subcontinent is totally separated from the other regions of Asia. Now you imagine the world map or Asian map, there you find that Indian subcontinent, that means the land area located below, or located, actually we can't say below, located towards the south of Himalaya mountain range is called the Indian subcontinent. It is totally separated from Asian region by this huge hilly wall. It is something like a protective wall that gave the protection to the Indian land from the other part of Asia. When you go to the relief map of Sri Lanka, you can find it. That one you take the atlas book and you go to the relief of Asia, then you find that this area is well marked, and there you find that south of it, the Indian subcontinent is located. Then Himalaya is not one mountain range, but it is a complex of three mountain ranges such as Karakoram, Kunlun Shan, and Himalaya. Now you know that idea, I discuss it with you. 800 mountain peak, eight, not sorry, eight highest mountain peaks of the world that run more than 7,000 meters from the sea level are located there in that Himalayan mountain complex. Eight highest mountain peaks which rise more than 700 meters from the sea level can be found located there. Apart from that, both highest as well as largest plateaus or plateaus are also located there. You know, plateaus are the flatlands located at higher elevation we call plateaus. The highest plateau as well as largest plateau both are located within this Himalaya mountain complex. While the Tibet plateau becomes the highest plateau, the Pamir plateau becomes the largest plateau. The Tibet plateau is in another way known as rooftop of the world. Rooftop, not the roof. Rooftop of the world is a name given to the Tibet plateau. That is the plateau located at the highest elevation. That is also in the Himalaya mountain region. Other is the Pamir plateau. It is somewhat lower than that one and it is largest one. It's a flat land, largest one. Therefore, both are located in Asian region. Next, we go to the following table shows the highest height of the highest mountain peaks located in Asia. It is mentioned in your textbook also. Therefore, looking at the textbook also, you can get that idea. Everest, they are all are given in meters. 8,848. Kanchenjunga, 8,586. Makalu, 8,462. Dhavalagiri, 8,167. Manaslu, 8,156. Nanga Parbat, 8,126. Annapurna, 8,091, like that. Nanda Devi, 7,847, like that. You find that they are major mountain peaks, not ranges. Major mountain peaks located in Asian region, especially all of them are located in Himalaya region. All of them belong to Himalaya region. Therefore, that is one of the unique feature, Asia region as well as Himalaya mountain range. Several large plateaus in the world are also located in Asia. Apart from that one, some other plateaus are also located away from Himalaya in Asian region. Tibet, Pamir, Deccan, Central Siberian, Iran plateau. They are the other plateaus located in Asian region. then you will have to mark them, you will have to keep in mind. Because when you follow this lesson, you need your textbook. With your textbooks, you follow, you keep the atlas book also with you, because then you will be able to find where these places are located. The location also will be something a clear thing for you. North Asia is a plain. It is known as a Western Siberian plain. Manchurian plain and the Great Chinese plains are the other large plains located in Asia. Plains means the flatlands located in low elevation. Then plateaus are the flatlands located in high elevation. High elevation means the hilly area. The land is in higher than the lands located in plains. Plains are in the lower lands. They are not rising thousands meters above the sea level. They are just, especially a lot of plains are located close to the sea, and most of them are just above the sea level. Large number of such plains are also can be found located in Asia. The Great Chinese Plains, Western Siberian Plains, Manchurian Plains. You can write their names, and sometimes you will have to mark them also. Therefore, that is why I ask you to take your atlas book and you follow where these places are. Plateaus as well as plains are located. Then river Indus, Ganges and Huanghe, they are also very important rivers. Associated with these rivers, the plains have been created. Associated with these rivers, the plains, flatlands located at the low elevation have been created. Then these physical features have greatly contributed to shape the social, cultural, and economic landscape of the suburbs. Because you know that lot of or most human activities are accumulated in these plains, because plains are the flatlands located in low elevation. Therefore, cultivation, water supply, building roads, and everything are easy. Therefore, from the ancient times, when people began to build their settlements, they focus attention and they prefer to build their settlements in the plain rather than going to the other places, difficult places, that means plateaus or slopes. Mainly they focus their attention on plains. When they found that some special features in that play area or plateaus like that, they focus their attention to build their settlements in that areas also. But anyway, plains became the very important as well as very highest attraction of the people in building settlements. That is why even today these plains are highly populated. Usually all over the world the condition is same. The plains are highly populated or densely populated because human activities are so easy in plains. Therefore, social, cultural, economic landscape, they have been set on that plains very well, and they have contributed to shape this landscape in different ways. That is a thing you will have to understand. This thing I mentioned earlier, this brown color, dark brown color area, you find that this is the land area belong to the Himalaya mountain range. You know that it is not a one mountain, it is a combination of three mountain ranges together. I mentioned that one. This is a whole Asian region, not whole, the part is given. The Indian subcontinent means that part. This Indian subcontinent is well separated from other part of Asia by this highland or the Himalaya mountain range. The Cherrapunji is located in that area where the highest rainfall in the world is located. Reported, not located, reported. This is the Indian subcontinent. Then other areas are there. The Thar Desert is located somewhere else. The river Ganges is here, river Indus there, then Chinese part is here. Then, with the help of this atlas map, you must be able to identify the location of these features. Therefore, using atlas is very important when you follow these lessons. That is an additional picture supplied to have certain idea about the top of the Himalaya. That means Everest. You know that usually mountain climbers they love to climb Everest, the highest point in the world, 8,848. The path is given here in the red color, where they camp with their helpers are also marked here. You find that this line, above the line, especially in that area, not in this line, when you go to that area, they will have the oxygen because oxygen is less. That's why this area is known as a death zone. It is given here also. The lack of oxygen above 8,000 meters from the sea level, the oxygen percentage is very low. Therefore, those who travel there, they will have to collect their oxygen also with them. Otherwise, they will find so difficulties. This white color means the ice, snow. Throughout the year, they are covered with the ice and snow. Because usually people try to climb that area during the winter because in summer or something like that, this ice become loosey and avalanches also may occur. The avalanches means movement of large pieces of ice downward. Therefore, uh, climbers are not allowed to come to that activities during that period except winter. Therefore, that is though it is a very cold, the ice is so hard. Therefore, damage occur from the ice is very low. They will have to start their journey from the Nepal, and from Nepal, the mountain climbers can collect the helpers. Or above that, some villages are also then some settlements are also there. Or from that area also they can find the helpers to their journey. Therefore, interesting journey. One day you also try to go there, be a mountain climber and go there. There's a valley. You know that valley means a path of the river. The river is a wide valley that is also located in here. The it is given Rajasthan region. There's a Tibet plateau is given here, Tibetan plateau, and you can see the size of it. The China, India, lot of parts are given. Then major rivers are also marked here. The major rivers that in especially which collect water from the Tibetan plateau is marked here. Rivers they collect water from the Tibetan plateau. Then how the people travel, you find that in the upper elevation, no plantation. The white color means ice. No vehicles. People use horse, camel to collect the items. These small houses are the places where they live temporary because they are built close to the water because water is a very important need while they are traveling because the environment is dry. Though it is cool, environment is dry. Therefore, finding water is not easy. Then, with that on, we come to the end of the first episode, and other part of the lesson will be discussed in the second episode. Therefore, I ask you to join the second episode also to continue the lesson. And I think you got the idea, but I never use the singular terms because you find that it is somewhat difficult. But if you find difficult, you follow this uh, video several times. Now you are in grade 9. When you are in grade 6, 7, in my earlier videos, you found that I use a lot of singular terms. But I feel now you must be able to understand, you will have to communicate and write without having any language problem. That is why I reluctant to use the singular terms. If you find difficult understanding that one, actually you Follow this video several times. That is how you must learn. Actually, as a teacher, I find the problem. Even the grade 9, 10 children, they try to learn a lot of things in single, but I don't like that one because in our educational policies, when we come to grade 9, 10, 11, like that, the teacher will have to reduce the number of single words they use explaining the subject matters. As this one is somewhat easier, I found that no need of using single words. Anyway, if you are not subscribe the channel, because we will have to develop the quality of that one to give the helping hands to the English medium as well as bilingual children. Therefore, if you are not yet subscribed the channel, you know the name of the channels, self learning tool, you subscribe it please. So until we meet or we join in the second episode, we say goodbye and I board.